This is episode 318 of the one and only IT in the D Show. Thank you for clicking play. This is one of our favorite shows of the year. I believe this is the 5th or 6th annual Hatch Detroit Finalists Showdown, Thunderdome, whatever you want to call it. We have all of 5 of Hatch Detroit finalists.
I feel like we got thrown a curveball this year.
Well, one's on the phone.
Well, no, we're used to 4.
There is.
And we had 2 segments, and life was good. Now we got 5.
Vittoria, she was generous this year. So there's 5 finalists, and we're gonna hear the business pitches.
Voters were generous. It had nothing to do with me.
Just take credit where credit's due. But we're gonna be talking to all 5 businesses vying for that $100,000 grand prize and all those goodies that come with it. Dave, you may fire one right.
You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.
Following program is intended for mature audiences.
I'm Wyatt, that's Gary, you're Bob, and you're Dave. This is the IT and the D Show.
This is Max Headroom. And what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
This is Billy D. Williams. Bob and Dave and I are enjoying a Colt 45 right now. And remember, IT in the D, it works every time.
Where do you guys think you are?
The Library of Congress? Detroit?
Beyond the sun?
Any of those, right?
Take him to Detroit. No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come! Shut up!
Hey guys, it is Time Off, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT&D Show.
Hi, this is Christy Swanson, and you're listening to the IT in the D Show. And Bob and Dave touch my hoo-hoos.
This is Guilfoyle from Silicon Valley, and the only 2 guys I hate more than Dinesh are Bob and Dave. Suck it, guys.
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
I may have to wipe the beat off.
Hi, this is David Kay, the voice of Professor Xavier. Storm, come here, Storm. Sit on my lap, Storm. You're listening to IT in the D.
Are we at a break yet?
Hey everybody, this is Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. You're listening to IT in the D. And if you want to get your money's worth, stay right here. And remember, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
This is the ladies' man.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT in the D. All you nerds out there.
Nerds.
Nerds! What is a nerd?
Hi, this is Ogre. You listen to a bunch of nerds on the IT in the D? Nerds.
I'm a nerd, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Hey, Detroit, this is Anthony Michael Hall. You're listening to my buddies Bob and Dave on IT in the D.
Hi, it's Count Chocula, and you're listening to IT in the D. Whatever the hell that is.
Hey, what up? This is Jay Muse, and you're listening to the IT and D Show. Snooch to the nooch. Listen, Muse, Snoogans.
This is Scott Steiner, Big Pump. The IT and the D Show is your hookup. Holler if you hear me.
This is Robert Hayes, the tit striker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at my gumbo bar, I'm listening to the IT and the D Show. It's worse than Detroit.
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat steak.
Hi, this is Jeremy London from Mallrats, and I'm just wondering, how did I go from Hot Floridian Sex with Brandy spinning to the IT and D Show?
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT and the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
Dig you IT geeks. This is Dre DeMatteo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT and the D.
Skeptical Dave is skeptical.
Hello, everybody. This is Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Men. I'm a techie. I'm a nerd, fellow podcaster. My favorite podcast is IT and the D.
Hi, this is Kelly LeBrock from Weird Science.
So,
Bob and Dave, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed! Sir, and you better buckle up. Buckle this. Ludicrous speed! Go!
Welcome back. Thank you for hanging out. This is the one
Just
only
got
IT.
bitched at by every guest on the show about our friggin' intro. Which means, you know what that means? I got to add 65 seconds to the intro.
That's fine. Great. Let's do it.
I'm sure you'll lose all your listeners.
You're listening to the one and only IT and the D Show. We're broadcasting live here in Studio One in Podcast Detroit in beautiful Royal Oak, Michigan. This is Bob, the sales guy. That is Dave, the geek. Randy, I do the Twitters, is doing the Twitters. Find us online, itinthed.com, where you will find all the things.
So what do we got? We got next Thursday, we have our Metro Detroit event. Third Thursday, we're going to be at Whiskey in the Jar in Hamtramck. Come on out and prove Bob wrong. That's this event. Bob says no one will go. No, Bob says 9 people will come to Whiskey in the Jar. Come to Whiskey in the Jar.
Bob always says 9 people will come to Whiskey in the Jar. I just want to say, as a frequent, participant in this, it's always 9 people.
And when I said 9, I did not mean no in German, for the record. I meant literally 9, the number.
It's a thing. So, yeah. So, 5 p.m. till whenever. Come on out. Have fun. Please show up.
And then go get a doner kebab with me at Balkan House because it's the best sandwich I've ever had in my
because
entire
you
life.
lied to me last Sunday and we didn't go get doner kebab.
I did yesterday. I went yesterday.
Sounds like somebody.
And it was delicious.
I'm going to slap you.
It was the most delicious thing. Listen, I walked into this season of South Park not thinking it's going to be good. Because the whole hashtag cancel South Park, I thought it was going to suck.
We all know.
I thought they were going to mail it in.
They're trapped in it. They're trapped in a contract they can't get out of, and they're hoping to just get canceled.
Well, not only they're getting canceled, they done pissed off the world.
Not the world.
Well, just China.
Just China.
But
And Disney.
And they destroyed Disney. So if you haven't seen, it's not a spoiler alert. Randy, who owns Integrity Farms now, is selling pot in Colorado. So last week it was Fight Club, where he blew up all the home growers. This week he basically wanted to open up a new market in China.
Yep.
And the entire plane
thought it was a novel concept,
right,
for him to want to open up a business in China.
Well, the entire plane is full of Disney characters. Because they're all trying to open up
all
markets.
the Avengers,
Right,
all
right.
the Star Wars characters. Oh, it was amazing.
Well, so here's the best part. So Mickey Mouse is chewing them all out, and stuff's going on. And all of a sudden, it comes out like Mickey Mouse is lecturing him about the president of China.
not playing ball?
Right. But he's like, the president of China looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
And he pans towards the camera and he goes, "You don't believe me? Google that shit." So I'm like, wait, what? So
no, that was the thing.
I didn't know. So I Google it, and apparently that was with Barack Obama and the president of China walking, and they put Tigger and Pooh.
Uh-huh.
So Randy gets thrown in jail for having a suitcase full of weed. Then all of a sudden it's like, "Excuse me, do you have any honey?" And there's Pooh and Piglet in jail.
Yep.
I mean, so this whole episode goes on, and he's trashing Disney about they're not changing their integrity to sell some more, or the editing.
Oh yeah, and the boys are trying to write something, and they go, "Oh my God, now I know how Hollywood scriptwriters feel," because it's all about we talked about this with Red Dawn, the Red Dawn remake that happened here in Detroit, or at least that was filmed here. They had to change the entire script because China was referenced heavily, and they went, "Oh no, that can't happen." So it's got to be some nondescript Asian country that's invading, not China.
So the entire point of this episode is to trash on Disney and then make fun of China. Well, China fought back or punched back responded by deleting all clips, episodes, and discussions of the Comedy Central show. They wiped it clean from the archives.
Because we've talked about the Great Firewall of China before. I mean, it is a very, very controlled internet. It is not the open internet that we are used to. And so, the Chinese version of Twitter, the Chinese version of Google, the Chinese version of Facebook, all that stuff, gone. None of those links work. None of those clips are available. And they were talking about it you look for the last 30 days, there are 0 mentions of South Park on any platform coming through China. It's that's not possible. That doesn't work that way.
And in great form, this is why Trey Parker and Matt Stone, you are one of my top 10 heroes that exist. They put out a quote. And I'm going to read it verbatim because it's brilliant. Like the NBA, we welcome the Chinese censors into our homes and into our hearts. We too love money more than freedom and democracy. Is it Z? Doesn't look like Winnie the Pooh at all. Tune into our 300th episode this Wednesday at 10. Long live the great Communist Party of China. May this autumn sorghum, our harvest be bountiful. We good now, China?
Yeah.
And that was their fire back. So
wait, how do we have more episodes than South Park?
I don't know. Well, they take breaks. We don't take breaks.
God, they've been running since like what 97, 98?
Yeah, but they go like 16 episodes and they take like a 6-month break.
True. Wow, I just didn't even realize.
But this Wednesday at 10, I'm literally going to be tuned in. This is just because I couldn't believe how far they went on this last episode. Like I thought it was going to be some boring Randy stuff selling weed again.
Dude, they're not pulling any punches. They're not holding back. Like South Park is still South Park, and this is why I still love and respect them.
And I guess some of them
that surprise ending. Holy crap!
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, did a very
no spoilers, but wow,
very. If you haven't watched it, for the love of God, whether it's Comedy Central, Hulu, wherever else, everywhere.
Oh, I forgot about the ending. Oh my God, that was bad.
No, it's amazing. Yeah,
Dad, did you kill?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, spoilers.
Yeah,
so what?
The other show that's out that I love, dude, I love this show. I don't even, but like Big Mouth season 3 just dropped.
That's your stuff.
Holy crap, did they do such a good job with this season. If you're not familiar with it, it's a little pervy because it's basically it's about adolescents going through puberty.
I feel uncomfortable watching it, Dave. I do.
But we were there, and that's honestly that's why I think it's such a successful show, because it's like, oh yeah, I had that happen. Yeah, I had that happen. Oh yeah, I've been there, done that. Awkward cringe moment. Yep, it's such a good show. But yeah, season 3 just dropped, and it is hands down, they've killed it.
And I believe it was today or yesterday, and it was announced that the monsters from Big Mouth are getting their own spinoff.
Of course they are.
Maury gets his own show.
Yes,
that's amazing.
Good thing you're a smoker. You got that voice down pat. But the one that surprised me was Joker, and I'm not gonna lie. When the initial trailers came out, it looked like a flaming pile of turd. And the last trailer,
I mean, it's the Phoenix brother that we're left with,
right? But the last, I know, right? But the last trailer,
come on, River. Tell me River wasn't better than Joaquin. Tell me, anyone in this room. Go ahead. I challenge you.
Joaquin did a hell Johnny Cash. Like that was proper. Like I'm just gonna say,
is amazing.
He is
really amazing. And River, so was River.
River was amazing.
Joaquin,
River was the man.
I'm just saying.
The last trailer reeled me in, where I thought this movie isn't going to be a flaming pile of turd. And I guess the world has spoken. Everybody I've ever talked to, everybody. It's not like you're going to spoil it, but the consensus is this is phenomenal. Like on every level. I have not seen any hate on it at all.
Phenomenal. I've seen good. I've seen makes you think. I've seen, and there's actually a lot of blowback coming about it. Where is this movie now encouraging? Like there was one review that literally said, "This is the war cry for all of the lonely, misled, basement-dwelling incels
Hold
to
on
go
a minute.
off and become a psychopathic
Dave,
killer."
Shut the hell up for a minute.
All
John
incels
Wick
are
gets his
psychopath killers.
John Wick gets his dog killed and kills like 8,000 people. No one says, "Oh, I love John Wick."
Well, because that's his dog.
Then this happens.
John Wick is the best movie series to ever hit the country.
But people
I'm sorry, says the girl who just admitted before the show she's never seen Star Wars, so your opinion is invalid.
Keanu Reeves has my heart.
But does this Joker tie into the rest of the DC Extended Universe movie?
No, I think this is completely standalone.
Yeah, it is.
And why would DC do that? Why wouldn't they make this Joker tie in?
Well, because dude, what are they going to do?
Plus, they just had a Joker. What, 2 years ago?
You got Jack Nicholson, you got Heath Ledger, now you got
No, you know why? Because the Jared Leto one made a bad taste in everybody's mouth, and he needed to pooey and get it out and redo it quickly because it sucked.
So Joker is the new Fantastic Four,
but they're keeping everything else from that movie.
I don't know.
Like, what is DC doing with their hero movies?
No one knows.
They have no idea. They're just flailing.
Nobody knows.
It's like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing
Aquaman was good.
Says so right.
I did.
I
liked Aquaman.
That was a good flick.
I liked Aquaman.
Heath Ledger was amazing.
I watched Star Wars.
Well, he was, but he's dead.
He is dead.
The last
but,
time you made fun of me for not watching it.
Like 3 hours later, Vittoria, I watched Star Wars. We talked about that like 3 hours ago.
I'm sorry, says the guy who I had to shame for like 6 months to watch The Godfather as a 35-year-old man.
I didn't see it. It wasn't on my radar, for crying out loud. Hey, shout out real quick, by the way, to our not our friends, but our friends now at the at IT Kit.
I was actually just going to hit that.
Never heard of them, but they all of a sudden we saw that we had a mention, and I went and clicked, and it said top 7 IT podcasts
that you should be listening to now.
Right,
and I'm
because we're talking about so much IT stuff.
I feel like everyone that just started following us is already unsubscribed.
Right. but they're out of San Francisco, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
so shout out to the IT kid
from not
folks.
here in the area. That was very, very cool.
Right.
So, dude, I'm gonna love. We talk about like the artificial intelligence, the robots, and all that stuff. Obviously, RoboCop, near and dear to everybody's hearts here in Detroit. Apparently, there's a company in San Francisco. The police department has partnered up, and they have these rolling robots that look kind of like I can't think of the ones from Doctor Who. I can't think of Daleks from Doctor Who. And they're confusing the shit out of people because a lady saw something bad happening in a park, ran over to this robot that's wheeling around, and kept hitting the call police button, but it didn't actually call the police. And so she wound up she wasted 10 minutes there and then called 911 from her cell phone. And by the time the cops showed up, she had gotten the crap kicked out of her because of the riot that was happening in the park.
Again, let's do the boardroom talk. Who thought that would be a good idea to put R2-D2 in a park and make people feel safe? Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I mean, if the call police button works, maybe.
How did it not work?
Sorry, the blue button never worked at Wayne State University.
That was back in the 30s. I meant 80s. I meant 70s. I meant.
Nope, I'm letting you dig yourself out.
I went there. I'm older than you.
Dude, so I feel like we'd be remiss because we're here in the area. So the GM strike is what, in week 4 now?
4. No.
Things are getting ugly.
No light at the end of the tunnel in sight.
Well, no, because
that's why I wanted to bring it up because thought it'd be over.
The one quote that struck me as really, really telling and interesting is that the UAW is holding fast on their terms that GM focus on building regular cars here in America, not autonomous or connected vehicles. And I understand their logic. It's because those cars require more manual labor, more maintenance. It protects the jobs of those workers and that kind of stuff. But that's not in line with where things are going. And I don't know that that's a good place to be.
Yeah, I'm not liking where any of this is going because it's starting to remind me of the newspaper strikes, and that was bad.
Look at all this. And the suppliers, some of those suppliers have dropped, their stock prices have dropped 22, 24%.
They rely on it, yeah. It was kind of like going back to when the 08 happened when you thought Ford was going private, and look what the cyclical effect that does. I mean, that's the thing. You might think, hey, GM went on strike, 46,000 employees. That ain't that. That's 46,000 people not going out to dinner, not buying stuff afterwards. It's
and all the tier 1 suppliers and all the tier 2 suppliers and all that. Yep,
that are sitting on parts right now that they can't get delivered because there's nothing being done. I mean, this is ugly, and I don't like it. Didn't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but I think light's got to get shine now. There's a couple things. I mean, they're talking about the strike, but there's another thing that I'm not hearing a lot of, and I wanted to shine a light on it real quick. It's what the hell's going on in the world right now. And if you're not,
all of the protests that are going on around the globe, and yet we're arguing on Facebook about
chocolate cake.
Yeah.
But if you just do us a favor, Google. There's 16 or 17 different countries
major. Although I will say my favorite was, I believe it was Norway, where all the farmers are protesting that they're getting all the blame for carbon emissions, and the airlines aren't taking their fair share, and so they flooded all of the highways with their tractors.
Remember? No.
And thousands of tractors.
Once you block traffic, your point's dead to me.
We've talked about
We've talked about that. They do that when they did that in Detroit. I'm like, nope, I don't care what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna run you over. Yeah.
Well, it made for a good picture on the news. No,
you're dead to me.
But no, speaking of that with the airlines, a new thing just happened, and I got fat shamed today at work, and I told him I was calling HR. I was just kidding. I wasn't going to. But there's a new thing going on.
Can you fat shame yourself?
No.
I'm just saying, because I heard you told me that story.
Yeah, I know. Somebody, a new thing going on. It's in Europe right now, and who knows if it's going to catch any wind, but it's flight shaming. Like if you say, hey, I'm going to Disney with the fam, and then people start yelling at you for using airline travel, and so you're like, okay, I won't. I'll take a electric bus.
And go back to the Oregon Trail and
right.
load up the Conestoga wagons.
They family shame at restaurants.
They what?
Family shame at restaurants.
Flight shame?
Family shame.
What's that?
Family shame. You said family shame.
No, I said flight shaming.
With families, though.
No, I'm just talking about people flying.
Oh, sorry. I had a moment. It happened to me.
What's family shaming at restaurants?
When you can't allow a family to come into a restaurant between like 4 and 7 p.m. in your own neighborhood.
What is that?
It's happening.
What?
Have you been to Detroit, people?
Yeah.
Because of like having kids with you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
Even if they've been there 9 years before.
How is that even legal?
That's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Like if you're a restaurant, you still can serve children.
I stole this from you. I'm sorry.
I feel righteous indignation.
Are you
coming.
at liberty to say which restaurants are doing
I am
that?
never at liberty to say that because then that would be a problem.
I've never heard
But
of that.
it has been happening more and more.
We'll talk offline.
We'll talk offline.
Wait, so they're specifically saying like if you have children, you're not allowed to come to a restaurant between
You're
these
not
hours?
allowed to sit where you are with your neighborhood. You have to sit in another room alone.
That's interesting because you should be able to come in there as long as you're serving food. It's just not a strictly.
Oh, I would light that
if
shit
you're
on
not
fire.
a bar that is 21 and up,
Bar
you
that's
should
just
be able
strictly
to.
serving alcohol without food. Everybody's welcome. If there's a food menu.
No.
I'll screw everything about that. But no, so speaking of Detroit, and we've talked about this before, and like this story I've been waiting to happen. Scooters are dumb.
No.
And people are dumber.
Agreed.
And so these friggin' scooters are like you let's hash back to where we were, where hey, companies come in and just drop these scooters all over the effing city. And there's no regulation. There's no anything. Hey, if you got a license and a credit card, you can ride our scooters. Great. So they called out on top of, and they specifically singled out, these are not incidents that involve standard broken bones, road rash, any of that kind of stuff. There were 18 critically serious injuries.
Those head injuries
that have happened in Detroit in the past year because of people on these effing scooters.
Is it because they encourage their drunken friends to get on them in the middle of Cass and then decide to push the stop button?
You
while
were
they're going
not
full
on the
speed?
middle of Cass. You were on Peterborough, and you were perfectly safe.
And you're sober.
But you knew
he was not sober. No.
I see kids though, kids on them that are under the age, and that's the problem. There's no way to control who's going on it. And
So how do the kids get the license and a credit card?
Yeah.
Who's giving them the credit card?
Their parents.
How does any kid get a license and credit card to do anything that they
Andy's
do?
fault.
They can't apply for a credit
Andy
card
who?
at 12.
Did
You don't
Rosie?
need a credit card. You just need a debit
They can grab
card.
it. They're
Those
not
aren't powered scooters, though.
applying for credit at 12.
There's some apps where you can like hack the scooters, and then you can like undo it, and then so basically you undo the software or whatever's in there, and you unlock it, and then you can just ride it around anywhere, and it like stops tracking the scooter.
Damn kids these days.
I know.
You're telling too much.
Excellent.
But just on a happy note to end the segment, just to let everyone know that Homeland Security is moving all of their biometric data right now to AWS.
Oh yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
No,
There's never been a breach or anything associated with AWS at all.
No admin passwords open.
We don't talk about that every other week.
No, but let's put all our biometric data from Homeland Security.
Yeah, because
there.
they have those body scanners. What can possibly go wrong?
Right.
With
Now everyone's going to know what religion I am. Sorry, I had to go.
They blur that part out.
Do they?
No.
Do they?
No.
I would not be surprised if it's just a filter over top of the image that could be removed.
Yeah.
But hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with 2 of the 5 finalists for the Hatch Detroit contest here in Detroit. This is the IT in the D show.
Hey, we'll be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet,
Listen. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
Hey, this is John Schneider from Nip Tuck Smallville, the haves and the have-nots. Oh, Dr. Quinn, Hot in Cleveland, Secret Lives of the American Teenager, and just about everything you can possibly imagine. And oh yeah, the Dukes of Hazzard. You're listening to Bob and Dave. It's the IT in the D show.
ITinthed.com.
Hey, welcome back. Segment 2, episode 318. This is the one and only IT in the D show. This is the Hatch Detroit episode. We're broadcasting live here. Studio One, Podcast Detroit, beautiful Royal Oak, Michigan. Bob the Sales Guy, Dave the Geek, Randy. I do the Twitters. Follow us online, itinthed.com, and do us a favor, give us a like on the socials, and subscribe to us everywhere fine podcasts are sold.
Hey, so ready-made garments and off-the-rack sizes have no place in a modern world. Tailor Store believes in embracing individualism with a new way to purchase clothes that are made to order and tailored precisely to your measurements. Tailor Store's fully customizable dress shirts start at just $59 with endless options to choose from for men and women. Dude, I was impressed beyond all belief with, like, you can pick the cuffs, the collar, the shirt, the buttons, the pocket, no pocket. No. I mean, I was floored.
Well, we did it two different ways. You did the picture.
I did the app, yep.
And I just did the measurements from the last time I did a tuxedo, ordered a tuxedo. And like it's literally a tailored, perfectly fitting shirt.
It is my new favorite shirt.
Yeah.
Like it really is. And that's the nice part. So Tailor Store's generous perfect fit guarantee takes the risk of ordering away completely. If your shirt doesn't fit as you'd want it to, they remake it for free, and you keep the bad one.
And
like
it's kind of like the Domino's app too. Like they send you emails going, "Here's your shirt being made."
Like, hey, here's this person stitching it together.
Yeah.
Hey, here's this person putting the cuffs on. It was kind of cool. So Tailor Store is 100% carbon neutral business committed to making the world a fairer and better place. So here's what you do. Get started with your very own made-to-measure dress shirt today at tailorstore.com/IT-in-the-D. New customers get their first dress shirt starting at only $39. That's 50% off the regular pricing, plus free shipping with code IT-in-the-D. That's Tailor Store, TAILORSTORE.com/IT-in-the-D. Promo code IT-in-the-D. Guys, thanks for the support. Love the products.
Absolutely. So, hey, we got four guests in studio, but we have one that could not make it in the studio. So we'll get her going first. Caller on the line. I guess introduce yourself and let's talk about your business.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chinanya Kune, and I'm the CEO of Ilera Apothecary. And Ilera Apothecary is an organic and vegan beauty tech company.
So, organic beauty tech company. Describe to me what that is.
Yes. So we are starting to utilize augmented reality. We are in the prototype phases now, but utilizing augmented reality to give users a better experience and understanding exactly what they're putting on their skin. What we're working on is an app so that you'll just scan our logo. You'll get a full tutorial on how to use the products. You'll be able to know exactly what the ingredients are, how they were sourced, and really kind of like take you through the journey of creating the product from start to finish, and then having tools that you can also recycle your packaging.
So, I mean, so that fills a good need because, I mean, we've heard about since like the 80s about beauty products having, testing on animals and things of that nature. I guess what was the inspiration behind starting this or founding this company?
Yeah, so the inspiration started with my youngest brother. He was going completely vegan and was looking for an alternative to the deodorants he was using. He was trying different main market ones, and they just didn't work for him. So using my background's in chemistry, I was able to help him create a natural deodorant. I gave that away at samples at a birthday party and really just grew the brand from there over the past 5 years.
Wait, hold on.
You used one of my degrees. This is Dave. One of my degrees is in biochemistry, and you clearly use your powers for good, whereas I use mine for evil. So hats off to you.
Thank you.
No, I didn't realize deodorant wasn't vegan. I guess I'm the idiot in the room. Like, what's going on there?
Go ahead.
No, I didn't have any idea that it wasn't.
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of animal byproducts in a lot of the products that we use. So if it doesn't explicitly say vegan, it's most likely not going to be. And deodorant also is filled with a lot of different toxic ingredients, such as aluminum oxide. And so that was like really the main thing to get those toxic ingredients out of the deodorant. but still keep it completely vegan.
Yeah, for the longest time, it was like aluminum, and silver sulfate, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, yep. And those are like byproducts from the coal industry. So, like those heavy metals are really getting onto your skin. And if you're familiar with biology, you know that like about 40% of what goes onto your skin is absorbed into your bloodstream.
Sure.
So we're putting these like toxic metals in our armpits. That's really one of the most sensitive parts of our body. It's going directly into our bloodstream. So really having that aluminum removed from it makes a world of a difference. And then going the extra step and making it vegan, also using clean ingredients.
Nice. So I'm pretty intrigued by this one statement. You're basically, and how many products do this? I don't think there's many that you're actually telling people where you're picking the raw ingredients. You're actually shipping them, and you're manufacturing them in Detroit. And basically, you're educating the customers on the entire process. Talk to me about that.
Absolutely. So my background is Nigerian. And so when we started the company, we really wanted to infuse my background into it. So by we, I mean my sister and I, we both had the company together. And so over the few years, we've been traveling back to our home country and sourcing ingredients from there, particularly shea butter, which is you can only grow shea butter in about 21 countries in Africa. It's called the Shea Belt. And so we get our ingredients from there. We also utilize calendula flowers that we get from Egypt. A lot of our oils are going to be from Dubai. We went to Dubai about 3 years ago and really got oils from there. So we're using these global places that the ingredients are naturally found to put into our products. And we manufacture everything right here in Detroit, over in the core city. And we hire from our community. Over the summer, we had interns through the city of Detroit, the Grow Detroit Young Talent Program.
Oh, nice. We're very familiar with them.
Yeah. So, it's like kind of bridging that gap between the ocean and utilizing like those high quality ingredients. So nothing that we use is going to be fake or subpar. We really do our due diligence in making sure that we know exactly where we're getting it from and have those certificates of organic to show for it as well.
So what is the intent behind, like, what's going to separate your store from other stores? Like when somebody walks in.
Like I said, it's a question. Is it going to be a store or is it going to be online?
Nope, it's going to be a store. And actually in our store, we're going to carry our products as well as other products from around the world. So you're not going to come in and just only shop with Ilera Apothecary. We're going to source from other people as well. However, we're going to make sure that we're vetting those ingredients. We're going to make sure that we're using the most stringent ingredients, that people are not going to fall sick from our products, and really vetting the companies that we're bringing in. In addition to that, we're going to have a licensed esthetician on staff at all times. That way we have someone who is very knowledgeable about skin, giving you advice for your skin, telling you the best products to use. We've also been working with TerraCycle to have a recycling program. So I've been talking to them for the past 7 months or so that when we do open our store, we have a complete recycling program. That way we are completely reducing environmental waste. We are going to offer services such as a spa as well. So we're going to have a light spa where we can do facials, get a skin consultation, and then also host workshops. So I host a lot of workshops and teaching people how to make products within their own home. So we're going to house that into our store as well. So when you come in, my goal is for you to spend hours in this store. I want you to touch every ingredient. I want you to use our tablets and read about the different products that we have in this store. I want you to really interact and be comfortable. I want it to be a place that you go and you know that you're getting those high quality ingredients for both your skin and the environment.
So then how does the AR component hook into that?
Yeah, so with the AR component, we're going to have tablets throughout the store. You're going to be able to actually pick up a tablet and scan the different items that we have and learn about those products like firsthand. We're going to do this all in-house. You'll be able to, look at the ingredients and touch them and see what those true ingredients look like. What does a lavender flower look like when it's raw and then when it's dried? And then also take you through the process of how it's made.
Okay, so honestly, candidly different than what I was thinking. Like I'm used to seeing a lot of the products where it's, hey, we'll scan your face and put a different hairstyle on you. Like I was expecting you to say like, hey,
I was too.
This is what that base looks like. This is what that kind of stuff looks like.
Oh, no, because we're not doing makeup. We're doing those true skincare. And so it's really going to be more of an education tool so that you can fully know exactly how to use the product. It's going to have a tutorial. You'll scan it. It's going to have a whole tutorial on how to use it. That way, like when you get home, you're comfortable with it. You don't have to start figuring things out. We're also going to have a whole tutorial on how to recycle your packaging when you're done. And so really it's going to be more education based and not necessarily putting a face on your face.
Cool. All right. So where do we find out more information about you guys? Online, Facebook, website, that sort of thing.
Yes. So on all platforms, you can find us at Ilera Apothecary, and Ilera is spelled ILERA APOTHECARY. Our website is going to be .com, and then Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. You'll be able to find us at Ilera Apothecary.
Very cool.
Nice.
Thanks much.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate the time. Good. Best of luck to you throughout the process.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So now let's dive in.
Yeah. We have our contestant number 2. I had to.
Bachelor number 2.
Yeah.
So Feshy Lavage, get the cow. It is French cow.
Yes, it is.
So I'm curious. So I was intrigued by the origin story, which is so when you moved to Detroit, you couldn't find the food that you grew up with in France, which
Yes.
Was that surprising to you?
No, it wasn't. I just would have expected some person from France to move here and to start a very good crepe shop. That's what I expected, and I didn't find that.
That has not happened.
Nobody has done it before, and the crepe shop that I tasted here were American made, and I don't want to say bad things about it.
Careful.
It's just different. It's just different.
No,
And
it's
it's not what I grew up with. Definitely not.
When I read your story, it's the same thing. My parents are German immigrants, and when you go to Germany for a couple of weeks and you come back here, it's like the coffee, the butter, the milk, the bread. It's such a different. It's so different, and not in a good way in America. But like when I see what you're doing, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I want to hear more. So
Yes, thank you.
So, how did you, there's so many things that I think are, but how did you settle on crepes? It's just something that,
I always loved crepes. My aunt used to make it all the time when we would go for the summer at her place. So it was always a welcome treat, and we would have it every week. And then we started making them. We didn't make it like I do it at the market with the big skillet. We just had a pan and we'd flip them and learn how to flip them up in the air. And that was a big thing over there. But, I just wanted to make them. I wanted people to taste what it was like to have them there. And I want people to have a real French experience when they come to the shop. And at Easter Market, that's what we do.
So you're doing sweet and savory, obviously. I mean, that's the beautiful thing I think of crepes is you can just go so many different ways with it.
Yeah, sweet, savory. We also have vegan batter. We have a gluten-free batter. And the savory is entirely gluten-free. It's made with buckwheat flour, so it's a very dark color. And this is the way that it's supposed to be. Here in America, when they make crepes, if you look on the Instagram and you search crepe or a savory crepe, all you see is white batter crepe that they all look soggy. And they all, it's like the difference between a baguette in Paris and the baguette in America. The baguette is supposed to be hard and crispy. And here in America, you take the baguette and it's just like, it falls down. It's not happy.
Nobody likes a limp baguette.
No.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, so you've been doing a lot of pop-ups and that kind of stuff. What's been your path to entering Hatch Detroit, and what's your game plan moving forward?
Well,
let's say you win. What's next?
we would like to open store to have something very similar to what we have in Paris as an experience. If you're a tourist and you go to Paris, you remember going inside a brasserie or a creperie in France and having the server and having the little terrace outside and the music playing in the background and all that you can see as far as the experience, the romantic experience of Paris. That's what I would like to bring to Detroit, because I don't think that's something that's out here right now.
Interesting. So, and in your mind, like, where would you see that going?
In Jefferson Chalmers neighborhood is the one that attracts me very much. Just because I used to live in West Village for 12 years, and West Village is already there. I feel like you can't really bring it up anymore because it has happened there.
It is what it is. Yep.
But I'd like to be part of beautifying a neighborhood and making it, changing it around. And so over there, it's still possible, I think.
So, like, while you're still working on this, like, can people still hire you for pop-ups? Like, how does that all work?
Oh, yes. I'm working full-time right now. I'm working, we do catering.
The Detroit model. Everyone has a side hustle.
Exactly. I became Americanized. I'm not French anymore. We don't take long lunch break and all that. No, we work at Easter Market every Saturday. The season just ended, so Sundays and Tuesday we don't do that anymore, but usually we do that. And we do catering. We go to office party and weddings.
I would think Sundays would be huge with the football crowd for crepes.
Right? No. Hot dog crepes, maybe.
They asked me if I wanted to do the tailgating Sunday, and I said no.
I don't blame you at all. I wouldn't want to deal with.
No.
Give me one with bacon and barbecue sauce. No,
exactly.
I'm good. No.
You put a pig in there,
right?
A lot of people ask me if I can have hot sauce on the crepes, and I just stare at them and I said, I am French. You don't do that.
It's like ketchup on a coney.
No.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this
So what
works.
are some of the, I guess, walk me through some of the flavors you got. So on the sweet side, you probably, all the normal apple?
Yeah, well, right now, the apples, definitely. We try to do everything seasonal at Easter Market because we have all the fruits right there. So, we buy from the people of the market. So right now, Rickard's Farm is who we buy our apples from. And then we do apple, cinnamon, butter, sugar. We have lemon butter sugar. We have rhubarb jam that I made during the summer, picked fresh. And so we have a ton of them frozen. And so we use them with fresh strawberries and ricotta cheese. Tons of different things. We change the menu every week.
As you should. Nice. I mean, that's a beautiful part of it. It's, crepes, you can be as creative as you need to be.
Exactly. We want to be creative.
Right. And we won't call them French burritos, I swear, I promise.
Please don't.
I won't.
People say quesadilla all the time.
Oh, no.
Is that a quesadilla?
Yes. No, it's not.
Well, you're not, I mean, you don't, I've never seen between ricotta cheese, yes, but there's no other kind of cheese you put in crepes, am I wrong?
Oh, tons of
is there?
different
Okay.
cheese. Oh, yeah, I use the raclette cheese. Sometimes when we have special event, have you ever had raclette? Raclette is the smelliest cheese.
Like Limburger-ish?
Yes, kind of. Very pungent.
Yeah.
And you melt it and you put charcuterie on it and it's delicious.
Save one for me,
potatoes.
please.
Yes.
I'm sorry, we can find those where? And
you
when?
At the French Cow every Saturday at Easter Market.
Salami and stinky cheese, I'm in love.
That's hi, Bob.
Right? So every Saturday, not on Sundays, in case you want to find you?
Every Saturday, just Saturdays, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m.
Like where at an Eastern Market?
We are right across from Jormac, the coffee roasting company, but inside the shed in Shed 2.
Shed 2, got it.
Until it gets really cold, and then they're putting us inside.
Right.
Which hopefully is soon.
Can we like you on Facebook? Are you,
yes,
do you have a presence?
Please follow us, Facebook, the French Cow Crepe Shop, and on Instagram, at the French Cow.
At the French Cow, awesome. Well, Marie, good luck. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, very cool.
Thank you for sharing your story. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate the hustle, especially, to definitely Detroit thing. And I want to try, definitely, the stinky cheese salami one. You have a new customer.
Thank you.
But hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with the rest of the contestants for Hash Detroit. This is the IT and the D Show.
Hey, we'll be right back.
IT and the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT and the D Show.
ITinthed.com.
Hey, welcome back. Segment 3. episode 318. This is the one and only IT and the D Show broadcasting live here in Studio One, Podcast Detroit, beautiful Royal Oak, Michigan. Bob the sales guy, Dave the geek, Randy, I do the Twitters. Find us online, itandthed.com. You want to know why? Because we are IT and the D.
And you're still not, you skeevy, evil bastard.
Drive by and
But we'll
laugh.
still send bottles to your table.
And I laugh.
We do. That's the thing.
And I laugh.
Hey, here's the deal, and God, do we know this pain. Nobody goes into business because they want to collect sales tax for the government, but it's something all businesses have to do. Thankfully, Ilera takes the mystery and pain out of the complex process of managing sales tax. Pretty sure everybody in this room can agree what a giant pain in the ass that is. Ilera uses the power of the internet and cloud services to automate the tax compliance process for businesses of all sizes, integrating directly with your accounting, e-commerce, point-of-sale, and marketplace platforms that you're already using. Their software automatically calculates the right amount of tax that should be charged for every product and every transaction in real time, and then files your sales tax returns wherever and whenever they're due. Selling internationally adds a whole new level of complexity. Ilera has experts in 15 countries around the world to help you navigate compliance challenges as you grow. Dude, thank God we're not like a goods company and we are by and large a services company. But some of the other stuff I've dealt with, like whether it's, the stuff down at DSC or everything else we've done, God, sales tax is a pain in the ass.
I told you last week that my German club, it almost shut them down. Like, it was bad. Like, if they don't...
Because, surprise, here's your tax bill. What?
Right. They weren't planning for it. They were just selling gross sales, Yeah.
Oy. All right, so here's the deal. Stop spending valuable time worrying about your sales tax returns and focus on the things you actually love about running your business. Go to Ilera.com/IT&the-D to learn more about how Ilera can help you. That's Ilera, AVALARA.com/IT&the-D. Ilera, tax compliance done right. Give it a look. I did. I like them.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, we have our final three contestants, and contestant number 3 here in the Hatch Detroit contest. It's been a fun show so far. We have the team behind Street Beet, Nina and Megan. How are you doing? Thank you for hanging out with us.
Surprise,
Thanks
you're
for
next.
having us. We're fantastic.
Awesome. But
so I guess Street Beet, wasn't that on the Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo soundtrack?
No,
What does that mean?
No, Street Beat was from Wonder Shows and
The
Street
King of the
Beat,
Beat?
Street Beat. Yeah, that was
No, okay.
no.
I mean,
Sorry.
it's kind of a play on words.
Sure.
Street beat, you immediately think it's music, but it's street beat because it's creative vegan street food.
No, I guess talk to me. Creative vegan street food. I guess explain to me.
Weren't they
what
the
that is.
ones that went to Nancy Whiskey
We did have a series of pop-ups
Maybe.
there throughout the summer.
and crowded out our event?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, did we crowd your Cool. event?
Our event got destroyed and we all had to leave.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Actually,
that just dawned on
That
me.
was because they double booked.
Yeah,
oh
they
my
did.
gosh, that
Yeah.
did happen. There was this crazy day where we came in and they were like, by the way, there's this other event here. And
And then
That
they
was
were
us.
They were standing over our table going, "You're not eating. Get out of here. Beat it. Oh, you're those IT guys." Oh yeah, there was. We felt real comfortable. So we're like, let's just get out of here. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, apparently we're just drinking all the whiskey. Sorry.
right.
I guess that's one of the first points to make when it means needing your own space for a very specific reason.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was packed
So
out the
people
door.
like
I mean,
you
it was
stay out.
exactly like, oh, you people. No. So I guess how did you guys get, other than being vegan yourselves, how did you guys get the inspiration to creating this concept?
Yeah, that's a good question. So,
And bless you for hanging out through all the crap we gave you pre-show.
No, it was really fun. It's fun to argue. We really like the challenge of talking to people who aren't vegans because we like to explain how non-vegans can enjoy what we do as well. But basically how we got started, we've been friends for a long time and we both really enjoyed cooking together and we kind of shared a passion for veganism. And especially knowing that there was kind of a lack of vegan options in our city, we wanted to change that. And we came together to create vegan options that we really, really wanted to be eating and thought that everyone should have the chance to eat.
Yeah, true. Like by and large, when people think Detroit, they think barbecue, coney, burgers, like
Pizza.
Yeah.
So what are some examples of some of the street food dishes you make?
Everything from vegan fried chicken, vegan crunch wraps, nachos, donuts.
No, we need to stop right there. Vegan fried chicken. Walk me through that.
I know that sounds super controversial, super weird.
because it by definition cannot be chicken.
But so that's the thing.
That's why we call it fake chicken.
We call it fake chicken for a reason.
But that's not what she said.
We It's totally not what I said. I said vegan fried chicken. What I mean is fake fried chicken. And our whole goal is to present something that can really replace or replicate that same craving that you're having and do it in a way that is like not hurting animals and not hurting the environment. We're looking to replicate something that can fulfill that craving in a way that's, I don't know, it's sustainable, you know, and it's delicious no matter what your diet is, no matter what your preference is. It's really the goal to have everybody come into the same room together and enjoy this comfort food as one and have it not really reflect whether or not you have an allergy or anything.
Now, we talked about this pre-show, and I got to bring it up because it's me. But you know, we do Dave and I did a side podcast called Worst Meatball Sandwich Ever, where we made fun of 1-star Yelp reviewers, and we would get some decent 1-star Yelp reviews that were bad. You know, a couple here, a couple there. Buddy's Pizza, a couple bad. But then we found the 2 vegan restaurants that existed in Metro Detroit, and it was 12, 14 pages of 1-star reviews.
Horrible. Like we were like, oh my, like this is a gold mine, but my God. The poor owners of these places.
Are you? I mean, not saying are you ready for the onslaught, but I guess you know. Obviously, you know that exists, but I guess what are you doing to either A, combat it? Obviously, putting good food out, but B, you know, I guess talk to me about your thoughts or just on. I'm trying to. I can't end this damn sentence.
The controversial topic.
Sure.
So I do have to say that vegans are a very hard crowd to please, but as vegans, we understand that there are a range of like aspects to providing food that is accessible for everybody, and you can't always please everybody, but all you can do is do your best. So we try our very best to create food that is good for people who, you know, they're trying to consume less meat, or they can't consume dairy, or they're gluten intolerant, or they just don't want to impact the environment in the way that traditional meat and dairy products do. And you can't always please everyone, but we do our very best to communicate with our fan base or our customers or however you want to call it, and just be conscious and aware of what people want to be eating and do our best to replicate that in a way that is like environmentally sound. It's definitely challenging. Like, we will create a menu that we think is very well-rounded, and we'll have that one person who comes in and is like, well, there's not enough soy-free options. And we believe that once we have our own facility and our own space, we'll be able to really grow past what we're capable of doing now in spaces where we're sharing and we're renting and we have very limited resources. Once we have our own brick and mortar, we can really tap into like all of the allergens and
so like we're like you guys are operating currently out of where?
We currently operate a 3rd Street bar in Midtown. We rent their whole kitchen, so it's really great because we don't have to lug our equipment and all of our food from one space to another. We're a little
familiar with that place, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we used to cook everything out of our home kitchens and like load up our cars every day and drive to whatever space would be willing to host us. And now we at least have the opportunity to keep all of our stuff in one space, do all of our shopping, keep all of our food there, and host out of one location. But it still limits us in some way or another where we aren't able to fully cultivate what we believe in and what we want to share. We know that we could do so much more and offer so much more with the ability to like build our own space around all of our own beliefs. There's a lot more that can be done.
As a non-vegan, I'm just curious, does like, it almost sounds like every dish almost needs to be custom, where like you're asking dietary restrictions. What you're asking, then you're asking what people are into environment. You know, is it gotten to that point where you're almost like finding out what matters most to them and then kind of creating a dish, or are you trying to make things that are going to please the most people? Does that make sense where I'm going with that?
It totally makes sense what you're saying. And actually, it's like we feel like what we're creating is so accessible and so desirable to a wide variety of consumers, where like we aren't really catering to one person. Like, it feels like at least 75% of the people who come to our pop-ups don't have dietary restrictions, or they're carnivores completely, but they're just really interested in supporting local business, or they just really like what we're doing and they enjoy the food that we're making. So it doesn't feel like it's limiting really anybody. So although we like really try to offer those alternatives, as a whole, it feels like we're pleasing a wide variety.
Well, yeah, because like honestly, like that's what we noticed about the Yelp reviews that we were talking about is okay, yeah, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but Not 6, 1 star.
Yeah. Well, I was even.
If I can interject on the whole Yelp thing with small businesses, is that, it doesn't take much for a star to fall when it happens, when people talk about things. And you can have, in a vegan restaurant world, you can have 15 carnivores that are going to be angry about the fact that somebody's serving vegan food. And I think that most often people who are really conscious of independent retail have to take those stars with
none of those. You understand the entire point of that podcast was openly mocking those people.
I did not understand it.
Oh, no,
I did not watch that podcast.
No, that was.
I don't do IT. Is that wrong?
Oh, yeah,
nothing to do with IT.
Yeah, no. Worst meatball sandwich ever was designed to openly mock those people. That was. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but not 6. We mocked them.
Yeah, none of it was carnivores. It was always
bad stars for events because the weather wasn't perfect.
Right.
That totally
Do you know what
happens.
I mean? And that's what happened.
There was
the free beer wasn't cold enough.
No, there's another podcast I found that was kind of our thing. It was called Beach 2 Sandy. It's the same principles apply.
Yeah, travel resorts where, oh my God, there was too much sand on the beach.
It's funny that you say that because some opportunities where like we host a pop-up in a space that isn't our own, and we receive a review that's like, oh, well, the bar was too crowded, or there wasn't enough parking, or this or that. And it's like, those are adversities that we are facing that are affecting our brand because we are using other spaces that are
It's the airport episode.
Yeah.
That's totally, what we did a 3-part episode about the airports, and what we actually had to do a 3-part episode because we found that people were leaving the airport bad reviews because of the airlines.
Yeah.
They were leaving the airlines bad reviews because of the restaurants. They were leaving the restaurants bad reviews because of the parking at the airport. So we're like, oh, eh.
Yeah, stuff that's out of your own hands.
Yeah.
At
So
that point.
I'm not going to lie, though. We talked about Shark Tank last night. There was a vegan fried chicken company.
We just saw that.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. That looked absolutely delicious, and I would totally try that. And the best part about it was they gave it to him and didn't tell him. And Mark Cuban takes a bite, and they go, what you just ate was not chicken. It was 100% vegan. And first thing out of Cuban's mouth is, no shit. Like
nice.
But it looked absolutely delicious.
That's one of the most satisfying things that happens at our pop-ups is when people come up to us, they're like, wait a minute. Are you sure that what I ordered wasn't vegan? People freak out all the time. Are like, that wasn't meat? Are you serious? Are you sure? And that's kind of the goal is like, we're not trying to convert anybody. We're just trying to show you that like you can still fulfill your cravings in other ways.
I'm intrigued. I'll give it a shot.
Absolutely.
All right, so where do we find out more about you?
So you can find out more about us on our Instagram page at Street Beet Detroit on Facebook.
And it's BEET.
It is. It's a play on words a little bit. We create vegan street food. So it's Street Beet, but it's BEET like the vegetable. So streetbeetdetroit.com, Street Beet Detroit on Instagram, and Street Beet Detroit on Facebook.
Cool.
If Beets by Dre, BEETS by Dre.com was available, I would totally start a canned beet company.
It's already
Hopefully
it's
they
already
won't
taken.
sue us.
No, I don't think so. But hey, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate putting up with our
Could it be
our
Beets by Dre,
foolery.
DRAY?
No, it's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. But hey, now we are joined by, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Aaron and Drew Pineda?
Pineda.
Yeah,
thank
you.
No Enye over the end.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah,
but hey, again, thanks for hanging out and putting up with us. You guys were with 27th Letter Books.
Yep, that's right.
I guess
you like books.
Yeah, I could read your description, but it's probably better coming out of your mouth. So how about give us a synopsis of what you guys are all about?
Cool. Yeah. So we're an independent bookstore and audio recording space, and we highlight excellent writing and underrepresented voices. I'm moving over.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm moving over because I guess this.
No, it's not you. No, you're fine.
Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah. So that's
sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You guys were like giving a look like as if the audio wasn't coming through.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's our business.
So I was looking where the name came from. It's kind of a cool story. I guess describe how the name came out.
Sure. Yeah. So the 27th letter of the alphabet, most people look at that and they go, wait, there's only 26, right? So the ampersand sign, that little like and thing that you see a lot of times in like law firms, right? That used to be considered the 27th letter of the alphabet. We
Shift 7.
Yes. There you go. IT folks, right? So we thought it was a really cool way to kind of represent our idea of community, of bringing people together, of having something a little bit different. So books and the audio recording aspect when we have our retail space. And then also how language is often changing, which is kind of a fun thing to play with and why we love literature and stories.
Right. So I guess how did this, I asked the inspiration question, but it's very valid here. What weren't you getting at the corner bookshop or at Second Charles or at, I know that a lot of like the big stores closed already, but what weren't you guys getting out of those experiences?
Well, I mean, I guess, and that's the important question. So it's October 2019. Bookstores traditionally are not doing well. Why this?
Yeah, that's on the contrary. Independent bookstores are on the rise across the U.S. Actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because it's what we're finding is that communities rally around those bookstores and they become community centers, and that people are craving that personal experience. So that's one of the questions that we always come across is how is this bookstore distinguishing itself from somewhere like Amazon or some of the bigger box stores, and it's that personalized experience. You have authors coming in, you have books that the community is interested in, and it's the bookstores that are able to listen to the community and to provide a service to that community is what allows them to thrive.
Okay. Well, I think it came full circle because I remember growing up when I wanted music, I had to go to Record Time on Gratiot and flip through the albums, and they were always really cool. But then you go to Harmony House and you put, Dave would always put his Richard Marx CD that he loved on the counter, and the guy would go, "You still listen to this crap?"
Hold on to the night. Hold on to the memories.
See, I know. But I don't like today. I don't think you're seeing that where there's this weird arrogance of like, you still watch this, listen to this crap, or read this crap. I think that's the cool thing is you're getting this, hey, even if I didn't read this book, there's like 15 people I heard that said it was great, or you know what I mean. You're getting like good constructive feedback. I guess this is what you're playing after, like kind of word of mouth sharing and things like that.
Definitely. We have, in the book industry, we call them shelf talkers. They're often like little handwritten things that you'll see on a shelf that give a description of the book, or it's kind of a version of like when you come to the store and talk to that person. So in our store, those are all done by us, right? Just the two of us right now, but eventually when we have a staff, they'll help out too. But you are really getting that one-on-one interaction instead of that, going to a website and just having the one description that's available there. So you get that personalized interaction, you get the independent retail, you get to support your local community, you get to support businesses around it. Bookstores also bring a lot of foot traffic to an area. So it's a great combination of all those things.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of shocked, not that I'm shocked, but, I see like book clubs is very big, much a thing at work and just in my neighborhood. And the shared, what is it like? Almost looks like a birdhouse, and like where the kids can share
the little
books.
free libraries. Those are awesome.
Those are great. But you're seeing this resurgence in, in actual, I wish it would come back with newspapers because I still like reading a newspaper. But like actually holding the book versus audiobooks versus ebooks. I think ebooks are correct me if I'm wrong. Are ebooks dying right now? Because I don't see anybody on those Kindles anymore. Like I used to see them all the time.
Doing okay, but I think like you're talking to, people are realizing that in our digital world that they need to disconnect as a human being sometimes from all of that chatter, all of that noise, all of that screens, people having like eyesight issues from looking at screens all day or headaches, and they need a place where they can like retreat to and have quiet and have focus. And I think books do that for a lot of people, and it allows you to interact with humans and with ideas in a way that is more intentional and more fulfilling.
So I've seen you've been doing pop-ups this summer. I saw you at Lost River earlier. How do you determine what books to take to a pop-up? Because I don't think you can take a whole bookstore collection to a pop-up. You're limited by space. So how do you determine what to take to what venues?
What will people drinking rum read?
Well, I think this is kind of the fun thing for us. So we have a Honda Element, and we hand-built all of our shelves. And so all of the shelves that we haul to our different pop-ups, that's our entire inventory. And so our inventory is a reflection pretty much of books that we've either already read or we're extremely interested in or heard something about already. And so that's pretty much what we're bringing. And it's a reflection of our kind of some of our tastes.
We've also tried to curate a little bit, which has been fun for some of the events around the theme of it. So our first event was actually at a jazz festival in Jefferson Chalmers, which is the neighborhood we hope to be in as well. And we did a bunch of books on music, which was really fun. We did an event at Norma G's and we featured Caribbean authors. We went to Busted Bra, which is also in Jefferson Chalmers, and we featured a lot of women authors and editors. So it was kind of fun.
We're vaguely familiar with them.
They're awesome. Leah's awesome. She's a
Hatch
veteran
alums
too.
out there.
Yep,
That's
a lot
right.
of Hatch alums. So
Well, and does a show.
And we've been so thankful for all of their support. It's been really amazing. So
yeah.
Now, where are you guys hoping to have a permanent space? Is that what you're hoping for?
Yes, definitely.
Whereabouts?
Yeah, we're definitely looking east side Detroit. Fingers crossed here for Jefferson Chalmers. We know that the east side is very much lacking in some of these literary establishments. The Monteith branch of the library over there is only open 2 days a week. And so
seriously?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's on very limited hours. And so we see potential for our bookstore there.
Nice. Are you like me and drive by like 3 times a week and go, that's the spot. Because I got my stupid dream in my head too, right? I drive by every day and that, kind of envision it. But
yeah, there's a lot of really cool historic buildings in that neighborhood too, and it would be neat to bring the book idea of something that is a little bit more rooted in traditional stuff along with this idea of modernism and what we do with curating to excellent writing and underrepresented voices and a lot of up and coming authors or new authors. And so kind of combine that new and the old, right? The history that is there in that neighborhood that is so deep in community, and also where we want to go and help build community again.
Like it. Love it.
So can I just tell you, I saw something really super cool on my way here today. But we talked about that little book, like the little
free libraries.
Yeah, free library. So on my way here, a bus stopped and the bus driver had no people on the bus, got out, went to the little free library and was picking out some stuff before he went on because obviously he had a layover and some things going on. And I think it shows how important.
There's one out in front of DSC.
Yeah, but it was on Werner today that he just stopped and he went over and he grabbed some books and he went on. So, I mean, books still, when we talked about this originally, books are really important.
I make my kids read. They have to.
No, but opening a book.
No, they read. No. They don't e-read. They read.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It just is so important.
Yeah.
All right, so where do we find out more?
So to find out more, you can go to our website at www.27thletterbooks.com. And that's 27th as the numbers, so 27th. We're on every social media platform, so Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at 27th Letter Books.
I'm so glad. Go back and listen to like the first year or two.
I know.
I'm so proud of all the contestants.
I'm in my mom's basement.
Like, no, it's no. I'm this on Twitter, this on Instagram, this is our website, and they're all different. Like people have gotten their collective
so
shit together, and like actually, yeah.
I mean, yes. I mean, definitely the internet is winning.
It is. So, all right. So I'm going to get, we're going to dive on their next, and I'm going to get these two out of the way right now because I have to, because I'm going to burst if I don't. The next one is Brix. I'm going to get the Harrow Hans Brix out of my way right now. Done. They are wine and charcuterie.
Star Wars thing?
No. Team America, World Police, get out. And they do wine and charcuterie, which we all know is French for unwrapped Lunchable.
Yes.
Yes.
Or
Thanks for having us on.
I'm okay with fancy baloney. All right, so talk to us about Brix.
So Brix, hey everybody, this is Micaiah from Brix Wine and Charcuterie. So Brix is a wine and charcuterie boutique. We were located on Kirchhoff and Van Dyke in West Village.
Okay.
And we'll be opening on 7 in Livernois. Yes, 7
Nice.
Live.
Nice.
Yes, so we're really excited about that. We're really excited to be a part of Comerica Has Detroit. We're excited about all these amazing contestants.
So, like, what made you go, all right, I need wine and meat and cheese trays? Like, that's...
I mean, I don't even know why you asked that question. That's what everyone wants.
Okay, no, like meat... No,
Why would you want a beer with the hot dog?
Like meat and cheese trays.
Why do you want...
Like I don't always view those as the same people. Like I view like meat and cheese trays as like Bob and I hanging out drinking beer.
No,
I
don't
believe
No,
that
it's a
the
wine
same
and a
meat
craft
and
beer
cheese
thing.
tray is not what she's talking about.
Right. So if you have some amazing cheese and some delicious French wine, yeah, but not just meat and a beer.
Okay.
No, it's
She's
deeper
not
than
giving
that.
you pressed ham slices and
No, we're
American
giving you an
cheese.
experience.
Well, then I'm out.
No, you can get a grilled cheese at home.
Yeah.
This is really about an experience.
Okay.
That's the most important thing is that we create an experience for our customers. So we're excited about going on 7 in Livernois. We'll be opening up in a few months, probably early if we win this contest.
Nice.
But we're just so excited, especially about the community support. You know, we all want to walk away with that $100,000, of course, but the community support is amazing. You know, they just kind of make you, you know what? They bring it all home. They do. They say to you, you know what? We want you. We want you. So I think that right there is really important. 100K, don't get me wrong, Vittoria. I want it. We all want it.
Like, I'm not going to say no.
No, right. I'm not going to, like, if you give it to me, I'll be like, oh, no, I don't want it. But the community, I think right now, for any of us here, sitting here right now, we're like, you know what? The community's response to this competition is something that we'll carry with us through the rest of our careers.
So I have to interject with that because it's a perfect segue to the fact that this is why we do what we do. And it is not, I mean, Comerica does give us a beautiful prize with money, but they also give us a lot of support with some PR and everything else beyond the money. But we also really do, and we talked about this when you guys were first part of the 10. Our big mission is to make sure that you guys get open. So it is about the exposure. It is about the community involvement. It is about you finding a voice within the community that you want to be in. And it actually is shocking. And like to the 5 that didn't make it to this place right now, your community voice was like incredibly heard. I mean, people want you in that community. And this is why we have 5 and not 4. It was so close and there was so much voice. It's just a really amazing thing to see. And so, yes, it is about the $100,000 prize. It's about more than that, though. And I thank you for bringing that up.
Well, so why, like, what made you pick 7 in Livernois to focus on?
So early on, I was in West Village a year and a half ago. I opened up in West Village, and my whole idea of Brix was to be in a community. I thought it was really important to be in a neighborhood. We have a lot of businesses in Detroit, downtown, and in Midtown, but we have to support the neighborhoods. The neighborhoods come out and they support us. You know, and it's about small conveniences.
Dude, how many times have we talked about this, whether it's Chicago or Philly or everywhere else we go? Dude, every neighborhood has that spot where you go and you hang out, and that's the neighborhood.
That was one of my criteria for my house. I needed a corner bar and I needed a diner.
Yep.
You know, I don't care about the grocery store could be a couple miles away. I don't care. But like that corner bar and that diner, that's where like all the neighbors hang out. And that's where you have breakfast and you talk to the other guy, you know. Yeah, that's what that to me, that was where it was at.
Now, have you made it to the counter yet, or are you still at the kids' table?
No, I sit at the counter.
Okay, I didn't know if you'd made it.
I've always sat at the counter.
Yet.
No.
I love it.
So I got to ask you, so there's like tens and tens of thousands of different kinds of wines. How do you, I guess, narrow it down and curate? Like, what's the process to selecting the wines that you do to showcase to the neighborhood?
I would love to say I do it all myself, and I just sip a ton of wines every day. Research is amazing, but you know what? I have a sommelier that I'm working with, and that's a part of Brix. We are interested in bringing conveniences to the neighborhood. So we have 3 ways that you can actually enjoy our wines. You can come in and dine with us, and you can pick from our curated wine list, or you can order directly from our retail wine shop, because we will have a retail program inside of our space. And the other thing is we'll have a concierge service, just in case you don't want to leave home. You've been working all day and you just want to go home and chill, and you want to call and you want the concierge to put something together for you, our sommelier will be happy to do it. So I would love to say that
I feel an app called Wino coming on. You got Shipped. You've got everything. I'm sure there is.
Nothing's wrong with being a wino.
No.
Not at all.
And no Charles Shaw on the menu. I had
Don't
to.
shame Charles Shaw.
I mean, you can have $2 Chuck. It'll just cost you $7 to get delivered.
Right. That's fine.
I'm just going to say, aw. No comment.
Can we talk about the 7 in Livernois area right now? You're
Yes, we can.
under a lot of construction right now.
We are under a ton of construction right now. And
How is that impacting your schedule?
Well, actually, for me, it's not affecting me. But the thing is, I want the other businesses to be doing well when I open. I don't want to go over there and just be the only place open. I can't win like that. Everybody needs to be thriving. So I'm hoping by the time I open, everybody is up and running. The streetscape is done, and we're not having any of those issues.
Yeah, I know the streetscape project was expected to, maybe be a 30% drop in business, but I've seen it numbers as high as 50% drop in business.
I can answer those questions. So though it is a 50% decrease, it's mainly because there's been an increase in the time schedule for this to happen. And I think that what really originally happened was that the streetscape was done incorrectly. And unfortunately, it just seems as though people don't understand with the city and with, I don't know how to say
bureaucracy
this properly,
and
but that we should really support small businesses in that interim. And so when we always go back to supporting the stadiums and how we get to a stadium, we never support the small business. So although there is a lot going on Livernois, I think the beautiful thing about Livernois is that they're mainly family owned. They've been owned for years and years and years. They're not going anywhere. And, there's been drops. They've had to make changes. They've had to do things differently. But I think the Avenue of Fashion is like one of the superb places in the city. It always has been. And though it's been kind of like it was supposed to be done in October, it's going to be done in February. And I think the difference is going to be really remarkable because people can actually cross Livernois in a logical way. And it's going to ultimately help small business.
What she said.
All right. So in the meantime, where do we find out more about Brix? Where do we find out more about you and everything you've got going on?
So you can go to our website, brixdetroit.com. You can hit us
and
up.
And it's BRIX.
BRIX.
Okay.
It's the process of removing the sugar from the grape before fermentation. So you can find us on brixdetroit.com. You can find us on Facebook, brixdetroit.com/Facebook, or you can find us on Instagram.
Awesome.
Nice. Well, appreciate
this has been good.
I know,
dude. I love these episodes. I truly do.
Yeah, there's definitely
Thank you.
top 3 episodes every year that I love doing.
It always is.
And here's the thing: we walked into this going, we've picked every year.
Yep. And I do. I know.
So who'd you pick?
I don't know yet.
I do.
All right, we'll talk later.
You should never say.
No, we're not going to say. We never did.
No.
We never did.
We never have.
We always say.
One, we always qualify it. We have no influence over the voting whatsoever.
They're the consummate professionals.
But hey, Vittoria, they can follow on hatchdetroit.com if they want to find out when is final voting and when is all everything shake down.
So the final vote is ending on Thursday at midnight, and then everybody has a week to prepare to face the judges, and then the judges give the final determination.
And what date is that?
And that's on October 17th when we decide.
And you can vote every 24 hours.
You sure can.
24 hours.
When you can
Four
vote.
It's literally
every
24
single
hours.
day.
Literally
From
24
each device.
hours.
The more that you say it, the more people still don't realize you can vote every single day on the Hatch Detroit Facebook link
Don't
that they
say
provide.
it's every because
Every
it is
24
like if you vote at 3 a.m. you
Yeah,
can't vote
well,
until 3:01
totally.
a.m.
Okay,
the
every
next
24
day. Yeah.
hours on 2 separate platforms,
Yes.
hatchdetroit.com/vote, and Hatch Detroit Facebook page provides you with another link that's woobox.com/ a series of numbers or letters. ZTZ.
Just go to the
Just
Facebook.
go to our
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
website.
If you voted once, it doesn't matter. You need to vote again. You need to vote every single day, both platforms, for whoever you want to win. It is that important. It's that competitive. We all appreciate
That's
it.
right. Let's all be Democrats. Vote early, vote often.
Yeah.
Exactly. But But hey, we're going to wrap up this episode 318. I wish every single one of you the best of luck in this competition. Thank you, Vittoria, for bringing everyone out. And we love to see how everything shakes out.
We do. We
love
love
episodes every week.
Thank you guys for having us.
No, seriously, wish you all the best of luck. And I'd like to thank Taylor's Store and Avalar for keeping the lights on
Always.
behalf of Bob, Dave, and Randy. Do us all a favor. Drink up your drinks. Get your phone numbers. You don't go home. You just got to get the hell out of here. See you next week. Drive careful. Beat it.
See you guys.
The emergency destruct system is now activated.
Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women.
Long live Flash. You've saved your life. Have a nice day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy. Make the run. The run.
Game over, man. Game over.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
I can't say no, and I don't really want to, so.
Well, especially with the back doors open.
Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth. Ruth.
Bob loves it in the can.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
That's why I like it in the can.
You own the truth.
Bear me.
My job is to make sure this program is morally upright and cultural and wholesome.
Shut up, Mimsy! Shut up, Mimsy! Shut up, Mimsy!
Why would Buick put their cars next to the Bentleys? Why? That's not marketing. The alphabet. It's brilliant. Yeah, I can't take that position. That analogy sucks because it's right. Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up. Are we at a break yet? Yeah, so now I'm just doing stupid stuff to make me laugh. Venture capital is not the end game.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut.
It's my show. I can say what I want.
Yeah. Kiss my ass, go home, unplug, get off the goddamn internet. You are everything that is wrong with the internet right now.
You're so white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me. I love this city. I was banging on the wang.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team it. Should I keep going or should I stop?
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.